connect with me. Oh, man. I actually think I like animated me even better than real me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. One day, we're going to turn this game over to Chewert, which is that's our name for AI video steward. You know what I mean? Chewert. Welcome to TikTok Next Block, the live Bitcoin game show that you play for 1 million sats. Today, that is worth $944.80 of those nasty little government tokens that we all have to work for. They get to print them for free. How? Why? How does this money still exist? We have a better money, satillionaires, and it's Bitcoin. We get to stack those Satoshis, $10 at a time, $50 at a time. Let's go. I'm actually going to move off of the block clock, which is checking Bitcoin's price from a private database, thanks to these exchanges like Coinbase. We're going to go straight to Bitcoin's price thanks to Bitcoin. You need Simple Steve, number 60, his UTX Oracle for that. $94,512 is the fiat price of Bitcoin. Of course, my mom, she'll tell you these days, she finally got it on Draco's Bitcoin Baby update. 1 Bitcoin is worth how much, chat? It's worth 1 Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin is worth 1 Bitcoin. Timestamp of freedom is 932,529. We should have some kind of live YouTube party when the blockchain hits 1 million blocks. Or if you know me, 999,999. That would be hot. A little 20, we could do like a 30-minute party on YouTube, y'all, for block 999,999, block 1 million, and block 1,000,001. Let's go straight to the wallets. Get your wallets out. Everybody get your wallets out. Mom, this could be you. It's not 1 BC, by the way, Mom. 1 BC is the year just before 0 AD. You want 1 BTC, Mom. You want 1 BTC. All right. Get your Lightning wallets out. Mom, this is the Mun wallet on your phone. Okay. You want to tap the little QR code scanner and have your phone on your computer, Mom. And as soon as you see this QR code from Bitcoin, well, you know, scan it. You're going to get some free Satoshis thanks to Bitcoin. Well, 537 sats, dude. They have absolutely Conrad, you have nerfed my Bitcoin coins, dude. Where's the 210,000? Nope. Expectations are up here. Gratitude is down here. We need to get the gratitude up here. We need to get the expectations down here. Thank you, Bitcoin for the free Satoshis. Bitcoinwell.com/satchats. If you want to sign up in the United States or Canada to buy real Bitcoin. A little bit of a headache compared to River or Strike, but it's because you're buying real Bitcoin. All right, folks, look at the leaderboard. We have got this beautiful, no, go back to the Satillionaires for me, Reg. Here's the leaderboards. All right. These are the people that play the game against me for the big sats, the serious Satoshis. Okay. Suleiman has won the game once. He's standing firmly at the top with over 1 million sats. But you know what? Candy from Guatemala, she's only 1 game show behind, quite frankly, at almost 900K. My dad and Dante and BTC Fanny Packer are in the bronze slot. Each one of them made it to the 1 million sats and then didn't get it right. So they went back down, got it chopped in half. They're all at 395. Take a look where you are on this Satillionaire leaderboard. If you're not in the top 9, what are you doing? Sign up to play this game for me. You can make almost $1,000 in under an hour. Which job pays that amount? Okay? For goodness sake, and for the sake of Satoshi. Now, here's the one I'm excited about, y'all. Check out the Chatillionaire leaderboard. Whoa. My mom, number 28, is firmly at the top with 31,000 Satoshis, which means she's gotten 31 questions correct. If you want 1,000 Satoshis, you need to be the first to answer the question correctly in the chat. And it's only your first guess that counts. You can't be throwing multiple. I mean, you can, of course. You can throw as many as you want out there, and YouTube will love you for the engagement. But only your first submission is valid, and we'll see if that's the right answer. So, Suleiman, the Pakistani Colossus, he's at the top of the Satillionaire leaderboard. He's in the number 2 slot on the Chatillionaires. This man is doing work. And then, of course, the ever faithful Renato de Cuba is in the bronze slot. He's out there working hard to find us sponsors on Twitter. You all should be too, okay? Because we're building the world's biggest Bitcoin Welcome Center. Every single one of you is here inside the Welcome Center with me. Y'all need to be waving. Come on in. We're all doing this together, okay? Remember, the more we welcome into the Bitcoin Welcome Center, the better our Bitcoin is, right? And the faster we get to the whole world on a Bitcoin standard. Let's jump into question number 1 for today's show. This is a Chatillionaire edition again, folks, okay? Which I love these, by the way. I could do an unlimited number of these. If you want the serious sats, you need to sign up in advance to come play with me, all right? And you can plan for it. It's Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Easy, okay? Take your lunch hour then, or tell your boss you got a doctor's appointment, whatever it takes, all right? We're stacking up generational wealth over here. That's way more important than your fiat mining job. So let's get into the first 2 questions here. Thank you to Ithaca Hummus for this beautiful koozie full of fizzy water. Here we go. What does satchats do on Fridays? A, release documentaries. B, publish only shorts. C, post long form interviews. Or D, run a live game show. Dante, we probably still have, I'm sure we still have your, I'm sure we still have your wallet, right? What we're doing right now, Dante, we have some Bitcoin in like cold storage. And trust me, we talked about it yesterday. I'm in the process of getting it out. Then once we get that Bitcoin out, it's coming to you, brother. All right. Stuart has never missed a single Satoshi. And by Stuart, I mean Anna Bevan, because she's the bomb and she does a lot of incredible, valuable work over here. Okay. Now, the answer here, obviously, you should know this by now. We run a live game show. Senor looks like he was actually the first one to get that correct. Senor saw himself on the Chatillionaire leaderboard. He's like, dog, I'm going to go up. You're number 9 on the leaderboard, Senor. You're just hanging on, but now you've officially moved up to 8th place. So good for you, brother. Let's go right to question number 2 and see if you can get this one right, Senor. 59,000 Satoshis. In Caleb's trading cards pack, what does DCA stand for? Is it A, debt to collateral allocation, B, digital currency account, C, dollar cost averaging, or D, decentralized credit agreement? All right. I got your back, Dante. Don't worry, brother. All right. We are teaching a low time preference around here because there's only so many of us, and Toronto Chris has yet to supercharge us with AI, but we are getting there, brother. Eventually, you're going to be able to play this game on your smartphone and get your Satoshi straight away, and you're going to love your freaking life. The answer, of course, is C, dollar cost averaging. DCA is the most important acronym that you can learn on this show besides BTC. BTC is acronym number 1. DCA is acronym number 2. Like, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, y'all. Let me know in the chat if you DCA. Let me know in the chat if you smash buy. Let me know in the chat if you dry powder. That's where you let your fiat build up and then you crush it. Like you buy the dip with your dry powder. And then as Bitcoin goes up, you let your fiat build up. It dips again, right? So DCA, smash buy, or dry powder. Let me know in the chat. Thank goodness we have Suleiman's approval on the graphics of our game show slides. My guy, the Pakistani Colossus, has been laying into us recently. And of course, Renato always is out there keeping us honest. We're so grateful that you care about our show. We're so grateful that you want to make this the best it can possibly be. Keep doing it. Question number 3. Looks like, did Senor get it right again? Oh my God, he's on fire this morning, y'all. Something's in the water in Atlanta this morning. All right, 75,000 sats. Caleb defines high time preference as A, saving everything, B, buying now to feel happy now, C, investing for dividends, or D, refusing everything save Bitcoin. So 7, which would be 4. Yep. Okay. We're going to get this show so beautifully paced out. I got it all in my head, y'all. Don't worry. We are on fire this week and today. Correct answer. Dante got it right first is what it looks like. B, buying now to feel happy now. High time preference. Buying now to feel happy now. You guys, let's be careful with high time preference. It is appropriate in some situations. It's almost always the case that you want to have a low time preference. All right. But I've got a high time preference for this very next question. So let's jump right into it. For 95,000 Satoshis, who are our 2 imaginary brand new Bitcoiners in the audience? A, Hank and Harriet. B, Dale and Lorraine. C, Hank and Lorraine. Or D, Trevor and Diane. Dude, I like Trevor and Diane, y'all. I'm not going to lie. Trevor and Diane is slapping. Amazing. Okay. Now, let's see. Garrow. Yeah, now let's see. My boy Garrow Rant, where did he come in? He's number 4 on the Chatillionaire leaderboard. I don't think Garrow Rant is anywhere to be found on the Satillionaire leaderboard. We are going to say that the correct answer is C, Hank and Lorraine. Mom got that one right. Absolutely don't worry, Garrow Rant. We have got you as well, okay? Ask any other Satillionaire in the chat. The Satoshis, they do in fact appear. The only thing we're up against right now is, number 1, we took a break for the holidays because we love Yuletide. Number 2, we need to get that Bitcoin out of cold storage, y'all. We giving away so much Bitcoin. We got to, all the Bitcoin from our fridge is gone, y'all. We need to get the Bitcoin out of the freezer. We got to defrost the Bitcoin in the fridge. We don't want to defrost it on the counter. It could get some bacteria in there. Now, one thing that you all can do as our beautiful, beautiful Satillionaires, go out there, let people know on Twitter, on Nostr, on YouTube, let them know that you want them to come be a guest on our show, and let your favorite Bitcoin companies know that you want them to sponsor us because we are doing Satoshi's work, helping pre-coiners become brand new Bitcoiners and stacking their first Satoshis for them. Hank and Lorraine are our 2 imaginary brand new Bitcoiners. Let me talk to you a little bit about Monday's episode, okay? You're past the easy tier, all right? Let's relax. Let's take a breath. Monday's episode is number 45, John's Bitcoin baby update. And let me take a slug off this fizzy here before I deliver some very bad news to you all. He's in the XRP army now, boys and girls. Number 45, John, has defected from the Bitcoin army into the XRP army. My guy has abandoned this beautiful parallel system that we are building and is now focusing on making the traditional financial system better with the XRP token. But guess what? Why would you ever lubricate a terrible system that doesn't work when you could build a new one? Why? Watch Monday's episode to get inside the mind of a man who has left Bitcoin for XRP. Dante says, boo. Senor Gringo, XRP army fail. Oh, boy. Woo. Senor vouching, Suleiman vouching. Thank you. Okay. One thing I found, Suleiman, Senor Gringo, our Central American and Caribbean players, they want their Satoshis right away. Guatemala, they want them right away. Cuba, give them to me right now. I love it. I wonder what's going on there, but don't worry. We've got your back. Now, Monday's episode, oh my gosh. We're in the medium tier, chatillionaires. All right, now is the time to start paying attention. Things are going to get a little bit tougher. 120,000 Satoshis. What name did Anna Bevins suggest before we settled on Lorraine? Is it A, Diane, B, Brittany, C, Harriet, or D, Kruger? Kruger. Kruger that would be an amazing name for like a big dog. 130-pound dog that could kill you. Kruger. Come here, Kruger. Kruger, sit. Kruger, stack some sats. All right. So good to hear Dante is anti-XRP, bro. I mean, look, we don't need to be anti-crypto. We just don't need to get any ourselves. Let's just stack Satoshis. The correct answer is C, Harriet. Senor looks like he's on fire. Artsy, welcome. It looks like in the chat, this is your first game show. Thank you for playing today, Artsy. Anna Bevins suggested Harriet because she actually should be living in the Edwardian age. All right. Like 1880 to 1896, Anna Bevin would have just burnt down the world. I mean, so of course, naturally, she would suggest a name from like 200 years ago for her suggestion. All right. Let's see here. 152,000 Satoshis. This is a good one. Which one of these guests is a Bitcoin content creator? Is it A, Caleb, B, Rajat, C, Jeff, or D, none of the above? So Dante, in one of our episodes this week, I understand you're behind, but you're really doing Satoshi's work by watching our entire podcast in order. I can tell by your comments that you're somewhere in the 90s right now. This week, we talked about naming, like, because we're always trying to focus on the brand new Bitcoiners in the audience. And so we wanted to give them some names so that we could say, like, instead of like, for the brand new Bitcoiners in the audience, what was it like for you? Now we can just very quickly say, hey, for Hank and Lorraine, explain what you just meant. You know what I mean? So that's what we're talking about. Correct answer here is Rajat. Rajat. B. Rajat. You guys really, really liked Rajat's episode. I really liked Rajat's episode as well. His spreadsheet was insane. If you go to Rajat's episode, we have updated the show notes with a link to his spreadsheet. You can get a copy of the spreadsheet yourself. It is insanely powerful. You pop in how much Bitcoin you already have. You pop in how much Bitcoin you're trying to buy. You pop in how often you're trying to buy that much, like $50 a week. And then the spreadsheet shows you how much Bitcoin you're going to have next year, how much Bitcoin you're going to have 2 years from now, how much Bitcoin you would have 3 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years. What's the value of that, right? What's like, it's insane. It's insane. So you can like you can pop in like, okay, I want to buy $50 a week. Bitcoin has been going up 222% on average for the past 9 years. It's been going up 50% a year on average for the past 5 years. So, okay, I'm going to say $50 a week. I'm going to say 80% growth year over year. In 20 years, you have like $700 million. It's insane. That spreadsheet is crazy. So, I put something out on YouTube asking all of you which Bitcoin content creators you want to come on the show. Dante has already suggested Matthew Cratter from Bitcoin University. I saw Renato suggested this we saw it was like Huicochea. I think it was his last name was like Huicochea. We wrote that down, and then somebody talked about a guy that's been buying $1 of Bitcoin a day for a whole year. So, anyways, wild business. Rajat, great episode. Let's go to question number 7. It's worth 192,000 Satoshis. What's my take on our documentary, Broke by Design? Is it A, it doesn't suck? B, it's mid? C, it's perfect? Or D, it's good? Let me know what you think here. Well, let's see. The correct answer is A, it doesn't suck. Which, now that I think about it, that wasn't the right thing to say. Let me make an amends real quick to Reggie and Anna Bevan, who put their heart and soul into that documentary. Okay. It's good. It's actually good. I don't know what's going on with my head or how I don't know why I said that. It's true, it doesn't suck. And I think a lot of people going into a video want to know, hey, I hope this doesn't waste my time. But it's actively good. So I'm gonna make an amends to you two, and I'm gonna revise my statement. The documentary is full on good. I'm really excited about it. And we're seeing some early interest from people who want to screen it. So I love that. All right, let's move on to question number 8. Suleiman, I will let Chris know that you want him back. Of course, it's going to warm his heart to know that people love him. He just got done selling Ithaca Hummus. He just got done launching a brand new salsa company called Guillermo's. So my guy is super busy in the food industry. And there might be a way to get him into certain videos, or for Anna Bevan's Bitcoin Baby. You know, you might not have seen the last of them, but I'm so grateful for Anna Bevan because she is amazing. Now, before we move on to question number 8, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Get your lightning wallets out again. It's time for some more Satoshis. All right. So let's toss a coin into the Bitcoin wishing well, bitcoinwell.com/satchats. Dude, can we pop over 1,000 Satoshis? Scan the QR code. Get yourself some free sats into your Lightning wallet. Let's see here. Suleiman has seen yes, Renato, after like 13 years, he sold Ithaca Hummus. Incredible moment for that company and all of his hard work. And he launched Guillermo's, a salsa company. So that dude is a hardworking businessman. Midway through the game, it's Senor Gringo Poppy who is on top with 4 correct answers. Senor, that is enough to take you into, I believe, 6th place on the Chatillionaire leaderboard. My mom is hanging in there with 2, expanding her lead over Suleiman. Dante has jumped in there with 1 correct answer. So actually, you and Senor are now tied at 6,000 total Satoshis. All right, last question in the medium difficulty tier, all right, is worth 243,000 Satoshis. Reggie says our documentary, Broke by Design, is mainly about what? A, mining and energy. B, the mystery of Satoshi. C, how to run a node. Or D, the ravages of inflation. Okay. Got a Mexican chef for a Novia down there in Atlanta. Amazing. Senor. They love Senor. They love his easygoing attitude. Number 95. He's on the show. When is Dante gonna? I think Dante signed up, right? Dante signed up to come tell us a story. Correct answer is D. It does look like Senor Gringo got that correct again. Senor is on a rampage. Broke by Design is about inflation. Remember, we are for brand new Bitcoiners, and we're also for pre-coiners. That's our second focus. Many brand new Bitcoiners are buying Bitcoin because they want it to go to the moon. They don't even know that it's a protection against inflation. A lot of pre-coiners don't even know that inflation is worse than they say it is. They don't even know that you don't need inflation in order for your economy to work. So for our first documentary, we try to introduce everyone to inflation. Okay, Dante, we're going to see him in a few weeks. That's exciting. All right, so let's look at Tuesday's episode because you all have worked hard to get past the medium tier difficulty. Check out this thumbnail, Suleiman. Check out this thumbnail, Suleiman. No way you can tell me that that isn't an eye-catching thumbnail, okay? We have got a professor. His name is Jarrett. He's a Web3 expert. He's a Bitcoiner. He is over here coming up over the horizon with a dead fiat US dollar bear on his back. That entire image is going to make sense to you when you tune in Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern for Jarrett's episode. Jarrett gives an incredibly clear description of the different levels of Bitcoin sovereignty. Like, at this stage, you're stacking it on an exchange. At this stage, you've got it in a wallet. I mean, he is so smart and he is so crystal clear that you're going to want to write down what those levels are and kind of work your way through them until you are at his level. Okay. So I loved his episode. I was actually a guest on his podcast. I'm not sure if that's been published yet, but dude, not only should you all tune in Tuesday for Jarrett on our podcast, talking about the basics of Bitcoin for brand new Bitcoiners, but you should go and get my guest spot on his podcast. Okay. Suleiman's still not happy with this thumbnail, bro. You know what? We're done playing this game, y'all. It's been great. Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of TikTok Next Block. I'm gonna go cry because I cannot please the Pakistani Colossus. But you know what? I actually prefer it that way. My wife is not ever all the way satisfied with me, and that's not because I'm doing well. It's not because I'm not doing well. It's because she's continually pushing me to get better. I don't ever want to be satisfied with what we're producing here. It's just like Walt Disney said, Disneyland will never be finished. The same is true for satchats. The production value is going up forever, Laura, okay? But before we get into the hard tier of questions, find my show on Jarrett's podcast, which I think if you go to our YouTube channel and you like scroll down to the bottom where we have all of our collaborations listed, you should see my episode. Guys, I take off the gloves and go absolutely ham on what life is going to be like 5,000 years from now. Most of the time I hang out welcoming brand new Bitcoiners into the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center. When I'm a guest on someone else's podcast, I don't need to do that. You get to see me like drop the weights and start punching with my full power. We talk about life 5,000 years from now. We talk about why Bitcoin is like Francois Rabelais, the French author from the 16th century. Like, y'all are going to see a different Stewart on that podcast because I'm talking Bitcoin for Bitcoiners. So, shoo! All right. The production value is going up forever. Exactly, senor. All right, chatillionaires. This is where the going gets tough. For 308,000 sats. How much is $50 a month in Bitcoin worth by 2035 at 80% annual growth? Is it A, 450,000, B, 500,000, C, 550,000, or D, 750,000 bucks? How much you gonna get? If you buy $50 a month, how much money are you gonna have in 10 years? Hmm. What's crazy about this question is the lowest is $450,000. The lowest believable answer in the hard tier is $450,000. Goodness gracious. The correct answer is B. $500,000 bucks? What is going on? How? Everybody needs to be stacking as many sats as humanly possible, because even if you buy a small amount each week, over time, it's going to add up. Again, 50% annual growth on average over the past 5 years, 222% over the past 9 years on average. And over the whole 16 years of Bitcoin, the average is like a $1,000,000% a year. 390,000 Satoshis. Caleb says he believes in which ancient civilization? Is it A, Lemuria, B, El Dorado, C, Atlantis, or D, Shangri-La? We're going to see who gets this one. Suleiman is correct. You might have $500,000 in 2035, but your burger and fry is $100. But Bitcoin will match inflation. It'll take you past inflation. Okay. Correct answer is C, Atlantis. Atlantis. And if you saw that thumbnail, Suleiman, it wasn't our normal little welcome center background. It was Atlantis. His thumbnail was Atlantis. It was amazing. Okay. He believed in Atlantis. So, do you believe in Atlantis? Let me hear it in the chat. Do you believe in Atlantis? Even more importantly, should we build a new underground kingdom and call it Satlantis? Satlantis is what I'm talking about. What's better, Atlantis or Satlantis? I'm pretty certain I know which one is the correct one, okay? El Dorado, the hidden city of gold. We need like El Digitado, which is like the digital version of El Dorado. Bitcoin is the digital version of El Dorado, y'all. Lemuria, I don't even know what Lemuria is. I don't even know why that was one of the possible questions. Lemuria is a hypothetical sunken continent first proposed scientifically in 1864 to explain the distribution of lemurs. Bro, what? What? Whoa. Don't go down the Lemuria rabbit hole to try to figure out the distribution of lemurs. Go down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, okay? No amount of time you spend in the Bitcoin rabbit hole is a waste of time. So don't go trying to figure out whether Lemuria is real. Try to figure out why you need to be stacking more Satoshis. My mom could probably tell us what Shangri-La is. I've heard her use it in the past. Couldn't tell you. Something in Asia? I don't know. All right. 493,000 Satoshis. What does the John Locke Foundation advocate for? Is it A, free markets, B, higher corporate taxes, C, price controls, or D, banking reform? Cheers to Anna Bevan for the quick email response I just got. Somehow she's responding to emails from our Satillionaires while managing the game in the chat, okay? The correct answer is A, free markets. This one looks like it's going to Dante. He slipped in there just before my mom did, but Renato also got it right. Artsy, keep going. Now, the idea here, Artsy, is that you're going to watch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then you're going to play the game on Friday. All the questions in today's game are based off of this week's episodes. So I know we're putting a gigantic amount of content out there. It's because we can't stop and we won't stop. All right. Bitcoin, the world on a Bitcoin standard in our lifetime. But to play the game and win 1,000,000 sats, all you got to do is watch this week's episodes, sign up to play the game, satchats.com, and then you, Artsy, can play for the serious sats with me. You can play against me. All right. Now, let's move on to question number 12. This is the very last question in the hard tier for 624,000 sats. What do I call satchats in this week's short stack? Is it A, the IRS of BTC, B, the Waffle House of money, C, the Buc-ee's of Bitcoin, or D, the Hogwarts of crypto? The Hogwarts of crypto. Platform 9 3/4. Think you're being funny, do ya? Zara knows what I'm talking about. Zara knows about some Hogwarts. She likes Draco Malfoy, okay? I'm just going to say that much. The correct answer is C, the Buc-ee's of Bitcoin. The Buc-ee's of Bitcoin. Now, why did I say that, Chatillionaires? It's because we are building the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center. Some people are going to come inside because they are genuinely curious about Bitcoin. They want to figure out how to get ahead in this life where everything is growing more and more expensive for no good reason. And we want to welcome them in. We want to get them some brisket. We want to get them some Slurpees. Okay. We want to get them some merch, right? Other people are simply going to stop here at the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center because our bathrooms are cleaner than the gas station across the street. We have a super clean channel here, folks. We are family friendly. We offer Satoshis in exchange for your time on our show or your participation in our game show. We don't do any cursing on air. All right. We got kids. We got ladies. We got old folks. We got international types. I mean, we just got a really nice, clean, friendly environment here for everybody. And if all they want to do is come use our bathrooms, that's okay. We're the Buc-ee's of Bitcoin. All right. So, Suleiman, if you want to play again, then yeah, you need to go sign up again. And here's why. We've attached like a calendar invite to it now so that we can schedule your game. Like you would sign up and it would say, okay, you are playing next Friday at 11 a.m. It makes a little calendar invite for you, right? So earlier in time, we were kind of trying to just do like a rolling series of players. Maybe you would play for the first 45 minutes, you die, and then we bring on the next player. They play for 15 minutes, then they come back the following week. We're not doing that anymore. A better approach is you schedule yourself to play the game. You show up on your chosen Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I will have a game ready for you based on this week's episodes, unless you're Suleiman, and then I'm going to bring out my Gatling gun, and you're going to like, bro, if you want to play against me again, Suleiman, you're getting a special game set that is exclusively for the Pakistani Colossus. And by the way, one day we're going to open up all kinds of game shows where like it's going to be a difficulty level where only previous winners can compete. We're going to compete. We're going to like pit Million Sats winners against other Million Sats winners. It's going to be crazy. But for now, you're going to sign up, Suleiman. When you die, the Chatillionaires will finish the game for you, okay? They're going to pick up your dead body on the Bitcoin battlefield. They're going to carry you to the Million Sats question, and then we'll finish the episode. So each Friday, we're going to do one complete game set, whether you make it all the way or not. And the Chatillionaire will finish out the game for you, okay? So let's make that happen. We also need to talk about Wednesday's episode. Okay. Let's show them what the thumbnail is. Oh my gosh. So this was Justin, right? Let me see. Let me grab his name. Jason. I'm sorry. Number 161, Jason. Holy smokes. Let me slug on this fizzy before I talk to you about this guy, because this dude was nuts. This dude is from a company called Meanwhile. Let me know in the chat if you've heard about this company, Meanwhile. Meanwhile does Bitcoin life insurance. Bitcoin life insurance. So you go to their website and you say, hey, here's how much Bitcoin I want to send to you each year for 10 years. In exchange, you get a life insurance policy that pays out 80% more Bitcoin than the Bitcoin that you put into your policy, and it pays it out after only the first year. You don't even have to get through all 10. And Anna Bevan and I were like, how is this possible? And it's because their company is set up like somewhere in Bermuda, and they're set up in a way to where they only recognize Bitcoin as money. Y'all, let me sit up straight in my seat. They only recognize Bitcoin as money. They do not recognize fiat currency as money. Now, you might be asking yourself, who cares? What does that even mean? It means that they can do crazy, crazy stuff. All right. So what they have are Bitcoin miners. Bitcoin miners, maybe they mined Bitcoin 10 years ago when it was only like $1,000 a coin. Okay. What they want to do is access the value of that Bitcoin without incurring a giant tax bill, because that $1,000 Bitcoin, now it's worth $100,000. If they were to sell that Bitcoin, they'd have to pay like 20% capital gains taxes on it, right? So they would go from 100 grand right down to 80 grand, and then they would be able to pay their expenses. Y'all, what they're able to do is the Bitcoin miner hands them the old Bitcoin, okay? And then meanwhile hands the miner new Bitcoin. And since they only recognize Bitcoin as money, when they hand the Bitcoin to the miner, it is recognized as having today's cost basis, y'all. Today's cost basis. So then the miner says, hey, I gave you 3 Bitcoin that I mined when it was $1,000. I'm going to hand it to you. You're handing me 3 Bitcoin at today's price point. So then I can sell it for fiat. There's no capital gains. Y'all. because it's valued at today's price levels. And then in exchange for this insane service, they get a couple percentage points. They get like 3.5% of that. And then they take the 3.5% and they put it into your life insurance account. And that's how they grow your Bitcoin over time, dude. And then, by the way, just in case you were wondering, you can get a fiat loan against your Bitcoin life insurance policy, which you can then take to Salt to get a fiat loan. Y'all, Ann Bevan and I were like, we were losing it. We were losing it. Renato's going to kill me if I don't get back to the questions. So let's jump into question number 13. This is the extremely difficult question, okay? Caleb's Bitcoin rabbit hole started when Guy Swan appeared on what show? A, the Joe Rogan Experience. B, What Bitcoin Did. C, the Pomp Podcast. Or D, the Jason Stapleton Podcast. Let me know. Hey, it's number 128, Daniel. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? I got you here, brother. Garo Rant, I did see your comment earlier in the show. I am literally going to take care of you. Don't you worry, okay? We pay out once per month, my guy. I'm going to get you all squared away. You're going to love me again. You're going to recommend me to more people. Promise, dude. Okay. You can always count on me, even if it requires a low time preference. But I did see you. I love you. Keep coming back, brother. We need you here in the world's biggest Bitcoin Welcome Center. The correct answer is D, the Jason Stapleton Podcast. How in the world did my mom get that right? How in the world did my mom get that right? I don't even know what the Jason Stapleton Podcast is. Put it in the chat if you have even heard of this podcast. And if it's good, should I watch it? You know what I mean? Because I'm always absorbing Bitcoin content. Guy Swan, funnily enough, he's got a show. He's got a really good show, very well respected among Bitcoiners. He's right here in the Triangle too. We're in Raleigh. He's in Durham. And I met Guy at the BTC++ conference late last year. So if you like Guy Swan, let me know. We will try to get him on the show, and maybe he can be one of those Bitcoin content creators that we bring on the show for you guys. All right. By the way, shout out MicroSeed. Very cool seed storage solution. Scan that QR code if you want to get your seed phrase stamped in titanium. It's on a little quarter. It's on a little quarter. I love that. Okay. So let's jump in now to Thursday's episode. Whoa. Ain't no million sats question yet, boys and girls. Okay. I got to keep something loaded in the chamber here. Let's talk about Thursdays. Oh, and this one's fun. You guys are going to help me choose the thumbnail. All right. So we shot a short stack on the best and worst times to buy Bitcoin each week. I got a really nice email from River. They've done a lot of, I guess, analysis on their own data to show you when's the best time to buy Bitcoin each week, when is the worst time to buy Bitcoin each week. Very, very interesting stuff, okay? Now, Reggie and the Pearl Collective, shout out production sponsor, they have drummed up 2 AI-driven thumbnails. The one on, by the way, the one on the top left, where I've got like a little cell phone and a cup of coffee, that looks way too much like me. That's messing me up. That's messing with my head. It even has my necklace, y'all. Look, it even has my like, this is crazy. It's got my hat, my sunglasses, my beard, my necklace. Forget about it. Talk to me in the chat, okay? Do you like the one that's up at the top where best time, I'm kind of hanging out with a cup of coffee? Worst time, I'm like, I don't know. Am I in like a red room at night? And then, or let me know if you want the one on the bottom, which is like I don't know. There's some like some lightning downward arrow from the Bitcoin. That one looks less like me, but is it more engaging? Suleiman, of course, is going to let us know what he's Suleiman's going to say. I think both of them are stupid. And I'm going to be like, bruh. All right. Now, Renato, if you know Garo Rant, is he in Cuba with you as well? Do I have two Cubanos in my biggest Bitcoin welcome center or what? Let me know where you're at. Okay. Worst time bottom right. That is good. Okay. My mom likes the one on the bottom. Suleiman likes the one on the bottom. Best time. Now, hey, look, senor, I would love to only pitch optimism on this channel. The YouTube algorithm will not allow it, dog. They want to keep us locked in with sensationalism and fear. But I'll have Reggie test in our little testing software. Is it better to just be the best time to buy Bitcoin each week? Or would it play better to say the best and worst time to buy Bitcoin each week? So we'll test that title. Dante likes the bottom two. This is crazy. This is crazy. I thought for sure y'all would like the top one because that's the one I like. Reggie, it looks like they like the bottom one better. So we've got a winner. Oh, yeah, we got the thumbnail winner. This is fun. You guys are literally part of satchats. How much fun is this for me? I can't believe you all love welcoming brand new Bitcoiners in as much as I do. It warms my heart. And I'm going to try not to babble on at lunch with my wife because she really doesn't care. She really doesn't care. Okay. That's why I need all of you satillionaires so that we can talk about Bitcoin instead of driving my wife insane. All right. We got two Cubanos. I love that. Guerrero Rent, you are the man. Renato, you can count on me. Let's absolutely go to the final 1 million sats question. All of you in the chat, if you were playing against me today, this is what you would need to answer in order to win 1 million sats. Which pop star was on Caleb's t-shirt? Is it A, Taylor Swift, B, Britney Spears, C, Madonna, or D, Lady Gaga? Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is how I defeat Suleiman. Although I think we actually mentioned it in the transcript. So your AI super tool might be able to get this one, Suleiman. Not sure. Let's see what we got. Dante says it's Tay Sui. My mom is saying it's Britney Spears. The correct answer is B, Britney Spears. Way to go, Mom. How did she know this was going to be a question? That's right, Daniel. Caleb had on a t-shirt from some Bitcoin company that said like toxic Bitcoiner or toxic Bitcoin maxi, but Britney Spears was on the t-shirt. Dang, you know what we should have done, Reggie? We should have had we should have taken a screenshot of that episode to then show to everyone the answer, right? That's a little production plus for in the future. So my mom would have got the million sats. Dante would have absolutely gone down in flames. Okay. Senor couldn't get there quick enough because another miner at his fiat mine was like, hey, boss, we found a rich vein of US dollars that are melting in this mine shaft over here. Can you help us get it in the freezer? Everybody, get your wallets out for one last toss into the Bitcoin wishing well. You want to get your Lightning wallets out. If you want to buy real Bitcoin, it's a little bit of a hassle, but it's kind of worth it too. Bitcoinwell.com/satchats. That's if you're in the United States and Canada. We're working on getting an exchange to sponsor us that works internationally. So for all my Cubanos in the chat, for my Pakistani Colossus, your AI got that wrong. Yeah, Suleiman, come back on this show, boy. All right. I have freaking beefed up. I've beefed up and I'm ready for you. Okay. So let's see, where's that coin toss? Here we go. Drop it in. Mom, get your smartphone onto your screen. Be the first person to scan this QR code. We got another 534 sats. So about 1,500 Satoshis from Bitcoin Well, precisely 14,000 from us if somebody got each one of those answers correct. Sometimes you chat tillionaires, none of you get it right. Maximum 14,000 from us. If you want the serious Satoshis, sign up to play satchats.com. Artsy, you should challenge yourself to come on this show. Even if you die early on in the game, it's still a ton of fun. You get to come on screen. I get to see your face, unless you want to wear a motorcycle helmet like my boy Renato, right? We do respect privacy here on this show. Your boy obviously looks like a standard issue white American male. What do I look like in real life? You might not know. My mom still wants to know what my color eyeballs are. She wants to know who among you can guess what color of eyeball do I have. That could be a crazy million sats question one day. What color are my eyeballs? Dante, you could have a situation where, no AI is used, but quite frankly, I'm up to the challenge, baby. I accept life on life's terms, and I think I can create a game for Suleiman that will be challenging even as he steps into his AI Iron Man suit to go up against me, because I'm the Hulk, baby. I can still just punch him out with a really hard question. Okay. Suleiman might be the Iron Man, but I am the Hulk, baby, and I will go toe to toe any old day. Thank you so much for watching this episode of TikTok Next Block. And if you played in the chat, thank you for playing. We will update the leaderboards for next week. Pretty certain my mom's still in the lead, but there's definitely been some movement underneath. Remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Not only will you get wonderful content 5 days a week that's only getting better and better and doing Satoshi's work, but you might also win 2 million sats. 2 million sats, okay? They're flowing freely through the biggest Bitcoin welcome center to you. So subscribe, comment, like, share this with your brand new Bitcoiner friends. Share this with your OG Bitcoiner friends. Tell them they need to rally around me on the Bitcoin battlefield so that we can make it to the blessed land where we can help brand new Bitcoiners and pre-coiners stack their first Satoshis and learn more about Bitcoin. We're on social media as well. Renato, I still need to put our Noster link in our YouTube. Haven't forgotten about that. We want to hang out with you each day on those platforms as well. As always, go out, help us find sponsors. Renato's doing it on Twitter each day. We still want Jack Mahlers to be a guest on the show, so let him know. And it's time for me to go have lunch with my wife. So thanks so much for playing this week's episode of TikTok Next Block. We'll see you Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern for the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center. Let's go.